Oh.
Sweet. How was you guys this week? So
Good.
far.
Good.
I'm trying to remember what day we're on. It's been the longest week ever. Perfect. Did you guys get to look at that thing I sent?
No, I just got in there.
No worries.
I read the first part and it sounded good. I didn't read all the questions. I just read your first example.
Okay.
And then I got on. But it started out good.
Perfect. So,
Oh, I see what you, okay. I see it now.
I do not like this format of this thing. Yeah, I guess I can share my screen.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that, oops. That might be better.
I just don't like how this is.
If you go to Congress,
Okay.
that was supposed to be the foundation, which I think all conservatives would agree with us, right? Yeah, and that was supposed to be the foundation of the deal, but we don't have a deal. I think we're close.
Do you guys want to share your examples?
Is that, and we need Phil Klein here to tell us everything about it. But basically,
Get backup noise.
what came out of this Murray-Alexander talks is something in which the CSR payments are
I can go ahead and share.
and very, very little reform.
Alright, so for
We're
mine,
just picking up a ton of noise from you.
Plays.
Who's it? Who's?
Policies and all that stuff are still there.
someone's listening to Rush Limbaugh.
Someone listening to the news because I can hear that really well.
I'm not.
Without
I don't think I am.
reforms that Republicans
I know.
Benjamin?
Yeah, it's coming from Riley, your computer. Something.
Is it?
healthcare.
We never had this happen.
Oh, there we go.
Background noise.
It came from Benjamin because it didn't start playing until I clicked live on the video and then it started. It's probably, I was looking up a news article, but there we
No
go.
worries, man. I was just like, I couldn't even hear anyone. Sorry. So do you guys want to share your example, and then we'll just go through this quickly and be done.
Yep. Sounds good.
Sounds good. I can hear and share mine. So I got mine off the Wall Street Journal. It's about Wells Fargo. They're being forced to pay $80 million back to customers that took out an auto loan with them because Wells Fargo, they're required, I guess they have to buy collateral insurance, which protects them if the car for the collateral is damaged or stolen. And so they were charging this premium to people who already had their own insurance. That was one of the problems. So now they have to pay $80 million back. That's about the closest thing I could find. I looked for a while. I don't know what you guys found on there, but
Yeah, no, it was kind of hard to find something. Jennifer, what was your example?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a little time to find something, and then, I was a little confused at first, but I think I've got it now. So mine was how Domino's persuaded Wall Street to lend it money for less so what I wrote, Domino's Pizza Inc. has been able to borrow money at a very low rate by using a practice called whole business securitization. A company can lower its borrowing costs by giving lenders greater access to its most valuable parts of its business. A company can issue debt secured by all of their cash flows. If they were to file bankruptcy, cash flows like the franchise fees continue to be pledged for repayment, and investors can take the assets in the event of a default. And so basically they're able to use their cash flow and franchise fees to, to be as the collateral. And by doing that, they're able to get borrow money at a crazy low rate, like lower than junk bonds and all that stuff. So
It's a good example.
kind of interesting.
Did you find that in Wall Street Journal or the McKay Library?
Wall Street Journal. Yeah. It was October 11th, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I had to put in, I put in security interest, nothing came up. And then I put in like bankruptcy and security interest, since they, kind of go hand in hand. And that's where I found that. So.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything with security interest. I just searched collateral.
That's what I did.
Yeah, that's smart.
So
the one I found, it was on like national security, and I had a hard time finding one, and I don't know if it's right, because it's kind of an example of not, because how the government is borrowing all this money, and it was saying how China could, like, because of that, the government's putting some of the land, like in Boise area, they're putting that up as collateral for China. So technically, China kind of owns some of the land in Idaho, and if China got mad at us legally, they could just. So.
That's interesting.
It hasn't happened yet. They haven't taken
I kept wondering about that, because we owe so much to China, money-wise and everything. It is scary to think if they decide to start collecting, what might happen.
Yeah, it would be possible.
Although everything we own already is made in China anyway, so I don't know if that life would be that different. Oh, are we recording? Did you start recording? Oh, yeah.
I did. This time I remembered.
Good job.
Nice.
Good
By
job.
the end of the semester, would be perfect at it. So my example was about Goldman Sachs. They repoed a yacht, and the yacht was worth $60 million, and the loan was out for $28 million. But they settled on selling it for $27.5 million, and lost $500,000. And then they also spent $400 million or $400,000 in 6 months just maintaining that yacht.
Wow.
So it was more of an example of like the back end, where it was the repo happened, and then the bank's perspective of losing the money because of this guy who owns oil and lost all his money. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. I can't imagine having that much money for a boat.
Hey,
I got a very nice house for them.
I know that it was a nice yacht. Here, let me look it up quickly.
buy a nice ranch with that.
Wait, how much was it? 60-some million? No, wait.
I think it was originally $60 million. Yeah.
Oh,
60.
is that all?
Yeah, just 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it.
Jeez, how much is his house?
Yeah, his boat's probably worth more than his house.
So, but it doesn't matter, because if you watch that like YouTube video thing in Texas, I didn't even know this, and I lived there. If you bankrupt on your house, they can't ever take your house.
Yeah, that's crazy. Florida, and you want to live in the state of Florida or Texas if you're going to go bankrupt.
Yeah, so this guy could have had.
They'll just take all your cars and toys and all your pets instead.
You're good. You can go bankrupt. You live in Texas, right?
Yeah. I need to go buy a huge house and then wait 3 years.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't have this on YouTube saying that I'm going to do that.
I'll have to destroy this. Yeah. No, that's crazy. I forgot. Was that in the book or was that one of the videos? I can't remember where I saw that.
It was in one of the videos.
Yeah, that's right.
About that.
The house exemption.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Good to know.
Yeah. I'm going to show you this boat. 1 second. I got it right here. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this is the one. Share screen. It's a pretty nice yacht. Has a heliport Bing. What did you call it for helicopter to land?
Oh yeah, helicopter pad or whatever.
Yeah, it's dope. I'm gonna go buy one tomorrow.
$60 million for that. Oh,
That's amazing.
That's
Right.
great. And then what happens if it ever, if it sank? Literally, all that money.
A lot of
$60 million
insurance.
both sink.
So one time I was totally just on sidetracked, and we're gonna get serious. One time I was in North Carolina, and we were boating, and we parked next to this yacht as they filled up gas, and we put like $300 gas in our boat. Right, the yacht next to us put $10,000 to fill up his boat, and we're just like, respect, man. It was so funny. A lot of money.
Well, we have kayaks. Does that count for anything?
Gas guzzlers.
We don't even use gas. It's just a lot of
A lot of work.
a lot of work. Oh my. All right.
So quiz question. I said, what can't be used as, I don't know how to use this word as like a noun or whatever, as perfection of a security interest between a bank and the borrower, if that makes sense. So like it talked about how perfection was either collateral or part of the company's books or like all these different things, and it called it perfection, but I don't know how we use it as a noun. So that might not be the right tense.
We cannot be used as perfection ever. I don't know. That might work. Because they were talking about perfection. You either have, you write, you have a statement, or like you said, it could be like if you
Just
bought
straight
the
up.
car. Yeah, like you have here, because a car that is collateral for its own auto loan, when the loan is more than the car is worth.
While
What's the definition for perfection again? Because I know it is like the collateral, but it's perfection because stuff like that. Let me see what it says.
yeah, I might need to take the word perfection out. I just didn't want to say collateral.
So it says perfection is a legal process by which the secured party protects herself from third-party claims against the same collateral.
Because isn't it like if you get something perfected, it gives you higher priority than someone else who's trying to perfected it? That's what that's for, right? And
That's how I interpreted it, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I was like, I wrote this wrong.
May have written it right. I'm just trying to think if it's going to sound confusing for people.
Yeah.
So this one, the car is worth less than the loan, so therefore it can't be collateral because the bank won't get paid.
It cannot be used for perfection.
It talked about how like you could use collateral, you could use something as collateral from multiple different places as long as the sum of all collateral is less than the value of the thing.
Okay. Yeah. So can you go up to above the quiz question? What is it? That's because I want to see what the example.
Oh, that's just the explanation of the example I put in.
Oh, okay. So the quiz question is, what cannot be used as perfection of a security interest between a bank and a borrower? Okay. Okay. So I guess if you're able to go in and see what perfection is, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's see here. Where is it located?
Or new money like that.
I don't know if this question doesn't make sense. We can toss it.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Everything else below it can be used as collateral.
Yeah.
So paid off a car with $10,000. A paid off car with $10,000. The car has nothing owed to anybody else. $3,000 worth of money of your business's inventory, and a wedding with a document describing it and stating its appraised value.
I don't know. Would that be an example of a perfection of a security interest, or just of a security interest? That's what I'm not sure.
My understanding was just perfection was anything, either collateral was just an example of perfection. Other types of perfection is where it talked about like where you bring a wedding ring and you describe the appraised value, and then they use that as collateral.
Mm-hmm.
They know how much the ring's for, and they file an official perfection under the UCC or whatever it's called.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So can you go up to the question one more time? I just want to make sure
We
I
can-
understand.
We can reword this question if it doesn't make sense.
What can I use?
Is someone, I didn't check the other groups, because I'm wondering if anyone else is supposed to talk about perfection, if we're only supposed to talk about like security interests, or it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Let me check.
Maybe it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Does someone have it? Because I can get them.
So like group 12, they have given an example of one of the consumer protection statutes, but that's about, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna.
Okay. Then that's probably fine. I'm a little confused but I think it's me, not the question.
So what if we just took this out and just say what cannot be used as perfection between a bank and a borrower?
Well, I think we have to use security interest because that's our topic.
Right.
So if we don't use that word, what if we just? Would it still make sense if we just took perfection out? What cannot be used as security interest?
What cannot be used as a security interest? As security interest between a bank and a borrower.
Used as security.
I mean, I could do like. I mean, I don't want to do it because examples of security interest are collateral and perfection.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Because security interest here, like it talks about collateral. The following types of property can be collateral. I mean, if we could use like what, which one is not a type of collateral, and then just use these for the answers. Or we could keep, I don't know, perfection. Or no, here's perfection.
So what cannot be used as security interest collateral between a bank and a borrower? I don't know. I don't know. Anyone's going to look it up when they answer the question, and they're going to see that all of that stuff follows.
Okay.
That's my thought, but maybe I'm just over.
Yeah. Yeah, I like you have it. It was good.
Yeah, you want to put it back the way you had it. And
Now that you already changed it all.
Okay, well, wait. With perfection in it?
I think you're right that anybody's going to look it up, and then they're going to realize.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this now, and it's showing the examples like you were talking about.
All right.
Of obtaining perfection to file.
I think I wrote the question confused. I wrote this question like 4 times because the section just kind of confused me too.
Yeah.
This whole chapter, this whole subject confuses me, but
this whole unit confuses me.
I'm terrible on the tests.
Have you tried doing those appeals?
Oh yeah, I got like No, this is sad. I got like a 55 and I appealed it, and he gave me a 77 at the end. Like,
Yeah.
can't complain.
Yeah, no, that's been, because I did that the first exam. I got it was a high C, and then after the appeals, it bumped it up. I want to say I had like a 79 or something. I don't know. I ended up getting like a 98 after the appeals, so it was crazy. And then this last one we haven't done yet. I almost got it. It was like a B plus, and so I've done a few appeals for afterwards. So.
I don't even know how to study for it, so that's really cool.
Yeah, this last one was harder than the first one, I thought. But.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got into my accident, so I didn't take the last one. He's like, you can write a 5-page paper instead. And I'm like, well, whatever. I got to do that.
Yeah, I'm glad he does the appeal thing, because otherwise my grade would really be struggling.
It'd be worse than it already is.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that thing because I can't believe I went from a C to an A on the first one.
Yeah. And it makes sense to do in like a law class like this, kind of.
Say that again?
It makes sense to do it in like a law class, because in court you can do that all the time. Even if it's wrong, you still you have a good enough.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do it though when you like go back and look at it and you realize, oh yeah, obviously that's the right answer.
Oh, I just filed my case. I just
how do you defend yourself? Like, I just looked at the wrong answer or the wrong stuff.
So
well, I had one on this last one when I read. I'm like, oh, I did a motion to dismiss because I realized, yeah, there's no way to argue that. I totally messed that up.
Yeah,
that's what I did.
That's the thing.
Like,
I did like 3 motions to dismiss, and then I did like 4 or 5 arguments, and he gave me like 12 out of 4, whatever. So he gave you a bunch of extra points.
Yeah.
But even the ones where I realized I was wrong, I like found some way to argue it, like some government website that said it a different way or something. Be like, this is what I looked at, and that's why I answered this way.
Yeah.
And he gave it to me. I don't know.
That's the thing when you interpret the law. There's all these loopholes, and so even when I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, actually that makes sense. Because of the wording, there's a loophole that you can say, okay, yes, this makes sense, and I totally agree with this, but this answer could also be correct, and this is why.
Yeah, and that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and that's what I've been doing is when I go through the test, I'll find my answers. I'll be like, okay, page 192, it says this. That's why I'm answering it this way. So if I get it wrong, then I can go back and be like, okay, well, page 192 says blah, 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 and this is why.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It just takes more time though.
It does. Yeah, it takes more time.
I bought the
when you
Kindle
only have
book.
2 hours.
I bought the Kindle edition of the book, so you can like Control F the entire book.
What's Control F?
Find.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So you just type in any word, and it will tell you every single page that word is found. And you go read through all of those pages, and then you can find.
Yeah. Well, even in the book, I find because you go to the index. Well, you can either look up the glossary, or you can go to the index and then go straight to the page, so you know.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. So okay, so are we going to use the quiz question then the way you had it? And
I'm okay with it.
Works for me.
you guys are good. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to submit it right now, and.
Okay. Do you guys want to meet at 9 for now on instead of trying to 10? I'm fine with either one. It's up to you guys.
I'm going to put a knife in the thing again. So we'll, I don't know where I'll be on Wednesday. I'm going to be driving home.
Okay.
Well, so I fly to Texas today, and my plan is to drive from Texas to Utah on Wednesday.
Why are you going home because of the car accident thing?
Yeah, my insurance makes me buy a car in Texas.
Oh.
So
Okay. And then you're going to drive back?
Yeah. So 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm trying to think. That's like 6 hours. I should still be in Texas, so I should still have Wi-Fi, but someone else will probably have to do it.
I can try and do it again.
But I'll let you know. Because I might not leave until Thursday. I might just be lazy and go, see a movie and stuff. So, but I'll let you know.
Okay.
Well, if you can, I can set it up, but I think maybe Quinn, I think it might be your turn to like be in charge of typing it out. Oh.
All right, perfect.
Did he say no?
I guess he didn't want to.
Get it? I am not doing that.
That's awesome.
He's coming back.
Like, ah.
Was that your way of saying no? Huh?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Did you not hear that?
No.
I was. I thought. I just assumed you were mad because I said, "Well, I can set it up, but I think it's your turn to go ahead and like type it up or whatever." And then all of a sudden, you just hung up and got out of here.
Yes, I am mad, and I'm
Oh.
just kidding.
Yeah.
You want me to type it up then?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so because I think I did it and then Ben and yeah.
Sounds good. So did you guys decide to meet at 9 or not?
We'll text. Whatever Ben.
What?
I'm fine with 9 if you guys want to do it.
Let's try to do 9. I think it's gonna work. But I'll let you know. I might not even show up, so don't live life around me.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know where I'll be. If I have no Wi-Fi, I could be in Amarillo, Texas, and have no Wi-Fi. So, with data.
Just go to a McDonald's or something.
That is a true point. I could do that. But that's gonna add 20 minutes to my drive. It's like we leave at 3 o'clock in the morning so that we can get here at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 23 hours. We do not stop. Just pound
It's okay. You got an excuse. It's fine.
I don't. I'm okay with it.
Did you find a car? A new car?
I found cars I like. I just gotta go buy them. So.
Sweet.
Sweet. All right, guys.
Well, I better go. My daughter keeps trying to call me, so I better see if she's okay.
She's alive.
If she's driving. Got it.